Hey everybody, my name is Andy Zhou, and today I will be presenting you guys with the dangers of DMT. Just to give you guys a quick little background on DMT, DMT actually stands for N-dimethyltryptamine, which is a naturally occurring chemical in the brain. DMT was first discovered in plants in Central and South America and is a primary ingredient for another hallucinogenic drug called ayahuasca. Even after DMT was discovered, DMT is a drug that is still shrouded in a lot of mystery. This is because there is not a lot of concrete information on the subject. Because of this, I'll be presenting to you guys a lot of the most popular or widely accepted theories proposed by scientists or psychologists. And let me introduce the first one to you now. Um, One of the most accepted theories is that the pineal gland is actually responsible for releasing DMT into the body. However, when or why the pineal gland chooses to release DMT, or if it is even the pineal gland that is releasing DMT, it is still unknown. It has been theorized by many scientists that a near death experience will cause the brain to trigger the pineal gland to release a rush of DMT into the body. However, this has never been scientifically confirmed. Now, DMT is a hallucinogenic drug and is most commonly seen in the form of a white powder. Um, the DEA labeled DMT as a Schedule 1 controlled substance, which makes it illegal to manufacture, buy, possess, or distribute. Now, the DEA defines a Schedule 1 drug as any drug with no currently accepted medical use and a high potential for abuse. Now, some other examples of Schedule 1 drugs are heroin, LSD, and ecstasy. Now, DMT being in the Schedule 1 drug category already highlights some of its inherent dangers associated with the drug, as well as it having a high risk of addiction and abuse. Now, moving on to some of the health risks and concerns of DMT. Now, here are some of the health effects associated with using DMT. The main ones being serotonin agonist, loss of muscle control, dizziness, nausea, and vomiting. Now, the most important one of these is actually that DMT is something called a serotonin agonist. Now, a serotonin agonist is an agonist of one or more of the serotonin receptors. They activate serotonin receptors in a manner similar to that of serotonin, which is a neurotransmitter and a hormone in the body. This means that DMT can simulate the function of a serotonin receptor inside the body. Now, this is incredibly dangerous for a person's mental health because serotonin is one of the body's main ways of producing happiness. Now, without the regulation of this particular receptor, massive amounts of serotonin may flood the user's brain, which is called serotonin overdose, giving them temporary happiness, but in the long run, this will destroy their mental well-being, mood, and their natural production of serotonin. Now, going a little bit deeper into serotonin overdose is, like I said before, is when massive amounts of serotonin flood into your brain, and this is sort of how your body responds. With all this, with all these neurotransmitters and hormones flooding the brain, this can provoke seizures, can obstruct breathing, induce comas, cause extreme mental distress or duress, and it can exacerbate existing mental illnesses. Now, this last topic is quite important because for people already existing with mental illnesses, using DMT can sort of exacerbate these conditions and really make it that much worse for them. This is because DMT is a drug that can very easily, disrupt the mental well-being of a person because it is causing, serotonin to flood into the brain, which can, disrupt our bodily functions and stuff like that. DMT is an extremely, risky and dangerous drug for those already with existing mental illnesses, and it can be that trigger that will push them over the edge. Now moving on to the conclusion. In my opinion, DMT is just simply not worth it. Even the DEA has labeled it a Schedule 1 drug, showing that different government agencies even see that DMT is something with no health benefit, and because it is something with such a high risk for abuse and addiction, it is definitely something not worth destroying your life over. Another main thing about DMT is just not much is known about the drug itself. What it is doing inside the body naturally. What happens if we decide to consume DMT without our body naturally producing it. Because of all these unknown factors, in my opinion, it is just better to simply be safe than sorry and just stay away from DMT altogether. Now moving on, I'm going to show you guys some other references I used. Here you go, American Addiction Center. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I hope you guys all have a great day.